This is Watcher Style. Today's collection that I'm going to be reviewing is Robert Downey Jr.'s. So Robert Downey Jr. has made it big in Hollywood, as we can all see. As far as his collection goes, I think it needs some work, but nevertheless, he is a bona fide watch enthusiast. And I want to say that there's different type of guys in this game. You know, you got the hardcore collectors and just the guys that just like watches, you know, that maybe are not so heavy deep into the game. The first watch that I seen in this collection, and remember guys, this is composed of just pictures that I've seen on the internet. I have not sat down with Mr. Robert Downey and seen exactly his collection in his safe. But the first one that caught my attention is he has a Baume Mercier. Very simple watch, you know, not much value there, but it seems to be more of a sentimental piece. And I think anybody that has any sort of watch collection, whether it's high end or low end, has that one watch that has a sentimental value. So, you know, it's part of kind of how you get the ball rolling. Maybe it's something you got as a gift a long time ago, or just, like I said, something that's just special to you. Another watch he has is a Breitling Pathfinder. This again is a watch that's kind of like a beginner watch. There are some hardcore Breitling fans, and they do, you know, would probably go more for the vintage. But that's just going more on the lower end of his collection would be the Breitling Pathfinder. From there, he follows up with a Bell & Ross Titanium Orange. Now, Bell & Ross is a very specific watch for me. I feel like they had a bit of a time there where they were in fashion with their whole avionics instrumentation look. It's a cool looking watch, just not sure if he probably wears it that much anymore either. But I guess that's part of having some watches. You know, everybody's got some watches you don't wear anymore, but you just have them for some reason just sitting there. Perhaps maybe later on you'll start wearing them again. Now, another watch that he has, which to me is when you start getting more into the collectibles, in the more of the actual watch game collectible, would be his Omega Speedmaster. You know, it's an iconic watch. I have a broad arrow myself put away that I've never worn, but it's just, you know, it's a good watch to have. I mean, Omega is a reputable brand, has a lot of history, and the Speedmaster is an important watch. So that's kind of where he starts getting into the more, you know, desirable models. Now, when it comes to Rolex, I feel like everybody has to have, you know, depending what they want, ends up having a Rolex of some sort. He has actually a Submariner Hulk. I'm sure he uses that often, and it's always a good choice to have a good stainless steel sub. Another watch that he has is a Rolex GMT Bamford PVD. Now, when it comes to the black watches in the whole, you know, PVD craze, Bamford is the premier, you know, the premier guys for this type of customization. If you want a bespoke Rolex with some type of attitude or customization, Bamford is the one to go to. You know, beware of the prices. You know, it'll take a $7,000 sub into the $20,000 range. But as you can see, his collection kind of starts getting a little bit more serious. You know, that's a bit more of a commitment piece there. That's not just a pick up and go piece at your local AD. So, you know, good for him. I feel like it's something that kind of took it to the next level. And then finally, he has this JLC Amvox 3 Tourbillon GMT. I have no idea how he ended up with that watch, but I feel like it was kind of like a jump. I mean, man, the guy bought a Tourbillon, you know. That's already when you start getting into more serious brands. JLC is a brand that I love. You know, I haven't had the time to do many reviews on that brand, but they are definitely a serious watch brand. You know, JLC has a lot of attention to detail, and they have very unique pieces. And it's that watch that for me kind of started to put this collection into like, okay, he's got some more serious watches here, you know. It's a bit more than just a couple gifts and random watches he's had from perhaps maybe a childhood, I don't know. And last but least, he's got the Patek 5712. Now, God bless Patek, you know. At this point, I think if you get to the point where you have a Patek in your collection, I think you're obviously really into watches, whether it's you're all the way in or lightly, but he definitely likes watches, and I'm sure that's probably the one that he uses most. So as far as the watch game goes, Mr. Downey Jr., in my opinion, scores a 5.5. Okay? He obviously likes watches, but he's not that serious into him. And I think that extra half point, I'm gonna award it just because I feel like he won me over on his watch collection video. At the end of the day, you don't have to have such fancy stories or such intricate tales of how you acquired a watch when maybe it was just a gift or maybe you just randomly bought it. But I think that a 5.5 is an honest score in the watch game. I think a couple watches that I think that he might possibly need or want, maybe perhaps a gold piece in there. You know, doesn't have to be rose or yellow, but maybe a white gold piece. I mean, I think that every man, if he doesn't have already at one point or another, should have a gold watch in their collection. So feel free to comment below on how you feel about Robert Downey Jr.'s watch collection. And also, if you're looking to purchase a watch, contact me at eric@crmjewelers.com. And if you like this video, please like and share. Also, subscribe to our channel. My name is Eric. Watch your style.